Welcome to Section 4. What kind of IT business can I start by myself? So what type of business can I start by myself? There's different types. You can become an independent agent, an affiliated member. You could do residential break fix and even open up a retail store. You can become an independent consultant, or you can set up a shop as a value-added reseller, become a managed service provider, or more likely, use a hybrid approach and combine the above mentioned options into one specific option that works for you and your business. So what is an independent agent? Independent agents are also known as sales agents or a producer. Producer typically sells a variety of products and services from multiple companies. In other words, is you are one person, but you sell item A from company A, item B from company B, item C from company C. Independent agents are not employees, they're independent contractors for the companies they represent. You are paid only by commissions and you receive no benefits. You usually have to buy your own marketing materials from these companies and you have to comply with their guidelines. You also, as an independent agent, have the flexibility, though, of working from home, and you can set your hours. All you're required to have is a telephone number and an email address where prospective clients can contact you. So, what are the pros and cons of being an independent agent? Pros, typically, you're not required to have business insurance, bond, or a license. You can set your own schedule. There's no cap to how much you can earn. You can work from home. You can pick what products from who you want to promote and sell. You own the customer, which means that every time your customer renews, you get a commission. But there are also cons. You are only paid by commission. You are responsible for the customer relationship. You have to pay for your own marketing materials. They don't give them away for free. You have to buy them. You are 100% responsible for your business expenses. You have no control on anything regarding the product you sell. You strictly just sell it, and whoever you're representing takes care of it in the fashion they deem is appropriate. So, who or what is an affiliate member? An affiliate member is a person who is in some way connected to another organization. An affiliate usually promotes a company's product or service. And if someone buys the product or service, the affiliate gets a one-time commission. See this very popular nowadays with YouTube and influencers? That's really what it is. So what are the pros and cons of being an affiliate member? Well, pros include you're not selling, you're only promoting. No cap to how much you can earn. You can work from home, and home can be anywhere, including the road. You can pick what products or what companies you want to promote, and you can promote multiple products and companies all at the same time. Now, the cons include you only get paid if someone buys, you only get a one time commission, which doesn't allow for if the person renews a service, you getting a reoccurring commission. You don't own the customer or the relationship. In other words, you'll never know who this customer was. And you are 100% responsible for your advertising expenses. Whatever your production costs are, you have to cover those. Here's where I think I need to insert some strategic advice about independent agents and affiliate members. Never, ever, ever pay to be part of any affiliate or independent agent program. You will notice that there are a lot of companies out there that promise you the world, but they require you to pay upfront X amount, whether that's as a membership or as like a retainer system, and you will get that money back once you get clients signed up or whatever. Never do that. I'm anti that. There's plenty of legitimate companies out there that will work with you at zero upfront, at zero requirement of anything. So always remember that. Another thing, always read the entire agreement and become familiar with it. This is very, very important. I will give you an example that happened to me. When I was selling VoIP, I decided to go and become an affiliate of someone else. I just at that moment I didn't want to launch my own product, so I said it's easier and faster if I just become a member of somebody else's system and just resell for them. So I did that. Ended up happening was I signed up a few people, then I started my own, and everything was fine for a year or two. I forgot exactly how long it was, but what ended up happening was one day I stopped getting my monthly reoccurring commission. So I call and I find out, and they told me, well, if you would have read your agreement, you would have noticed that we were only responsible to pay you so many months. I think it was 23 months worth of commissions. And after that, I lost any right to any more commissions, and the customer became 100% theirs. Fortunately, it also had a non-compete clause that said I couldn't take the customer away. So I had to wait my time out and then reapproach the client to try to get them back. Another thing, don't confuse a partner program with an affiliate program. An affiliate program is just for you to go and sell this person's products. That's it. A partner program is exactly that, a partnership. That means that company is going to partner with you and you're going to partner with them to deliver a certain product or service. Way different from affiliates. Another option you might consider is becoming a residential break and fix professional and open up a retail store. Well, again, let's look at the pros. You're 100% in charge of the logistics of the store. That means you set it up how you want to sell it. You put what you want up front. You operate how many hours you want. You set all the rules regarding how you're going to provide services. You have no cap to how much you can earn. You can pick what products the store will carry, and you can pick what services the store will offer. The cons, it's very expensive to open. It's very expensive to operate. It requires additional staff. Most retail stores today are open 7 days a week, and they open up normally 8 in the morning to 8 or 9 o'clock at night. That's way too many hours for a single person to do by themselves. Another con, you are 100% responsible for all expenses, all the deposits, the build out, the rent, any utilities you have to pay for. You're 100% responsible for those. So let's look at independent consultant or a contractor. The most important part I want to highlight about the independent contractor is the first bullet point. Independent consultants are self-employed. They receive fees instead of salaries. Their clients do not offer them benefit packages, and the IRS defines them as business owners, not employees. Remember, you're a business owner. Now, nice thing is you can take deductions. Bad thing is you better pay all your taxes. You collect a sales tax, you better pay that sales tax. We never want to not collect a tax. The tax burden is your responsibility to collect it. If you don't collect it, you have to pay it out of your pocket. Independent consultants, we see them everywhere, and we probably know a few if you've been working in IT, and it's usually somebody that's hired to do a specific job. And once they're done, they're paid. They're usually freelancers. Cabling is very popular. You pay somebody to go install some cables, they bring the ladders, they bring the equipment, they do everything. You pay them once they're done, and that's it. Usually the consultants work on projects, and projects can be multiple durations. I've worked on projects myself that have been weeks and months. So what are some of the pros and cons of being an independent consultant? Well, let's start with the cons. This is usually requires you to have an expert level of knowledge in a specific field. requires business connections. This is because you're looking for bids. Has overhead. Your insurance, business license, advertising may require you to purchase specialized equipment. If you're throwing cables, you might need a fluke, different types of ladders, different size ladders, a pickup truck, things like that. And you're 100% responsible for all your expenses. As for pros, it's pretty good. You have some flexibility in your schedule. The reason why I say some, it's all dependent on the contract that you get. Usually, most contracts require you to perform the work during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. But there's no cap to how much you can make. You can pick what services you will consult on. You get to negotiate your fees on a client by client basis. And you get to work from home, as most of the time you will need to go to the customer site to do the work. Another type of business entity is the value added reseller. The value add reseller is a company that adds features or professional services to an existing product, then sells it, usually to the end user, as an integrated product or complete turnkey solution. By doing this, your company has added value above the cost of the devices that you're putting together in this one solution. Typically, you'll see people when they sell phone systems, when they sell security cameras. It's the installation, the configuration, as well as setting everything up and wrapping it around a warranty. That's adding value. And that's where you can make your money, is on that value, because the individual electronic components anyone can sell and anyone can buy. But it's the integration that makes you your money, the value. So, what are some of the pros and cons of being a value add reseller? Pros are you have some flexibility in your schedule. Again, you usually have to work around your client's office hours. There's no cap to how much you can make. As many solutions you can fulfill in a week or in a year is how much you generate. You pick what solutions and services you offer. In other words, you want to do phone equipment, but you don't want to do installation of camera equipment. That's fine. It's up to you. Your fees are negotiated on a client by client basis. Again, some jobs are more complicated than others. Some jobs require a different level of installation. So, like you go to a nice office, you just can't throw cables. You have to actually do J hooks, and you're going to have to fish line everything down a wall. Guess what? You charge more for that, and you'll make more because it's going to require more of your time. Another pro is you can work from home. Cons, work is usually in the form of a project. Some people don't see this as a con. I personally never saw it as a con, but when I talk to some people starting, they don't like it because they want something more consistent. But overall, let's classify this as a con. Requires expert level of knowledge in a specific field. You are the one-stop shop for this solution. So if you're installing cameras or a phone system, or you're redoing a telecom closet, you need to know what you're doing. You know, as well as you have overhead. You're an individual business, so you require insurance, business license, you have to be marketing and advertising, as well as have your contracts and other legal paperwork required for doing jobs on a contract project basis. It may require specialized equipment. If you're throwing cables, you'll need a fluke, you'll need ladders, you'll need some forms of testing the wires that are not just necessarily certifying them, but you will need that. And you are 100% responsible for all your expenses. You only get paid while you're doing a job. While you're looking for jobs, that's on you. Today, the most common term in IT you'll hear is the managed services provider, the MSP model. A managed service provider is a company that remotely manages a customer's infrastructure, typically on a proactive basis under a subscription model. Today, the term cloud service provider and managed service provider are sometimes used as synonyms when the provider service is supported by an SLA and is delivered over the internet. The only difference between the two, between cloud and managed, is cloud is on the cloud and managed is referring to on-prem equipment. Both are done in the same fashion. You have an SLA, you have a subscription model, which says you bill them and you get paid every month, every quarter, once a year. And what the customer get is defined in your contract. Lists all the services you'll provide and how quickly you will provide it for them. The pros and cons of being a managed service provider. Pros include no cap to how much you can make. You pick what products and services you wish to offer. You get paid monthly for the services you provide that month. You can automate many of the steps in your processes, which will save you time and money, and you can work from home. Cons include work is usually maintenance and help desk. There are very few barriers to entry. Requires various specialized software. Requires constant continuing education. Has overhead. And you're 100% responsible for all the company's expenses. In today's business world, most companies, especially in IT, are a hybrid. 1, 2, 3, 4, or more of the different models we just covered. Which models you pick and what parts of those models will make your business different and make your company stand out from your competitor. A hybrid of any combination has pros and cons. The pros and the cons are each individual's entity's pros and cons added together. In my experience, I have built my companies using all these forms of business, starting as an independent agent and building up to a fully hybrid operation. As for opening a retail store, I did back in the 90s, but I quickly found out that having a retail store location did not make any business sense, and I ultimately closed the store to move into an office building. It's based on this experience that I generally recommend skipping the store entirely and setting up your operations in an office building instead. Moreover, this is why I skip any discussions on opening a retail store in any of my lectures. This concludes section 4. I hope you found the information useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next section.
So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, as well as hit the notification bell to be informed the next time I post another video, as well as spread the word. Share this with one friend. Until next time, bye-bye.